Let's play some feisty chess. Going up against Swahab on Lichess as white. Looks like I just got my rating over 2200. That's nice. And we're playing a Sicilian. It's been a while. Well, actually, I just played a Sicilian in a tournament as white. And in that tournament, the Gambit was accepted. Okay, a6. I'm going to play bishop c4 before he can play b5. Knight c6 would be the usual move here. Then I castle. Oh, okay. He's got really weak dark squares. How do we do stuff about this? Maybe bishop g5 here. He's going to fianchetto. Maybe bishop f4, and then we plant the bishop here on d6. That makes sense. He's got queen e7, but that can't be good. Yeah, bishop f4. I like how classy we look in the center there. Nice symmetrical lineup of our minor pieces. It's always fun. We'll probably go knight to e7 at some point. But I'll just go bishop d6 anyway. He's made a lot of pawn moves. Every last one of his pawns is on a light square now. That's funny. I'm not sure I've ever seen that in Morra. Okay, he'll need to play knight e7 to get castled. In the meantime, what are we doing? I think I'll try h4. See if he wants to castle into that. If he goes h5, that kind of further weakens things. Let's try it. I'm not sure it's the best, but it looks menacing. And it keeps him from doing what he wants to do next. There's some value in that, right? I guess that's what you call feistiness. Okay. Still weakening. Where does my queen want to go? Probably e2. Natural move. And now if he castles, I might just go for h5 anyway. b6 is a strange one. Alright, let's just get our rooks to where they want to be. Do I want to reload this bishop onto d3? I've also got bishop d5 here. That's always worth looking at. Let's look at it. Critical line is obviously pawn takes, and then pawn takes. We're hitting his knight. And if the knight goes to, say, a5, I can pile up with rook e1. I'm not convinced here. Yeah, things don't line up quite well for that. Very well for that. I like bishop on d3 actually better than... I also should look at sacrifices here. Knight takes, or maybe bishop takes with knight takes coming. Bishop takes, knight takes, down a piece for a pawn. He can just castle, and this threat is no more. He can keep things closed if I go h5. So let's not do anything wild here. Let's just go with bishop d3. He doesn't have knight b4. This way knight a5 doesn't come with attack on my bishop, and I might want to reload, so to speak, push e5 at some point, and then have my bishop aiming over here. I might even go for g4. Okay. Is he wanting to clear some kind of attack? He wants to play knight d4, maybe. Alright, I see that. I see that threat. Well, bishop c2 does the job. I just need to guard that bishop, which is a real thorn in his side. He's still got knight d4, however, doesn't he? Maybe it's time for e5 right now. e5, knight d4, and then I gotta take. And then he has queen. That can't be good. No, okay, I like e5. This justifies my last move for getting my bishop back to d3. Now it looks very dangerous for him to try to castle. Knight f5 is now possible. Okay, let's what should we do here? Ooh, knight e4 looks pretty great, doesn't it? I mean, it hangs e5, but can that really be a problem? At this point, e5 is also just kind of getting in the way of my attack. There's bishop e4. It doesn't really do much. And there's h5. Knight e4 just feels right. And I think this pawn is poisoned. Well, yeah, it is, because the bishop hangs it. The bishop holds onto it too. So, yeah, I've got knight f6 coming. Yeah, this looks really good for me. He can castle either way he likes. I've got knight c5 ideas. Just got a lock on the position here. It's a nice thing about the Morra. It doesn't always have to turn into a guns blazing attack, although this very well still could. All the pieces are still on the board. But oftentimes in the Morra, you just end up with this grip on the position for your pawn. Like Black's extra pawn is completely backwards and stifling the rest of his pieces right now, in some sense. And it's a weakness. I've got the best pawn on the board. I mean, such a space advantage. Swahab probably isn't happy. I'd like to get rook c1 in, naturally. I'm guessing he's going to castle here, but he's got to figure out which way to go. If he castles queenside, maybe a4 is the right idea. Or b4 and then a4. That really forces things open. Okay, I really like this position. Yeah, this is black's big mistake here had to be g6. Time is everything in the Morra, and this is an extra pawn move you don't need to make. Your bishop can come out along this diagonal. You don't need to make this move to fianchetto it. Plus, in addition to that waste of a tempo, it just weakens you so much on the dark squares. And allows me to just kind of grab the space I was able to grab. Okay, knight f5, here we are. Okay, he's got knight d4, if I let him. g4, he would just jump that knight into d4, I'm sure. I got knight c5, I got bishop c5. Bishop c5, maybe followed by knight d6 check. The bishop is better though. Okay, he can't castle kingside, but he's threatening my bishop there. Actually, he's not really threatening it right now because I'll just recapture with the knight. Maybe I just sit tight here. And play a rook here. Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. So if he goes for knight to d4, I'll have to trade off a knight. And then I'll have to take with his knight. But then I pin that knight with queen d3, e3. So I like the looks of this. I've got all my pieces in the game now. And now this rook actually disincentivizes him from castling queenside as well. So if black's not going to get to castle here, I think, is the bottom line. He takes this bishop, I recapture with check, and he's not castling. He goes knight d4, like I think he might want to do, then take. He doesn't dare take with the queen, because then I have, like, bishop takes, hitting his queen. So knight d4, knight d4, knight d4, then queen e3, and then I'm threatening just to move this bishop back and win the knight. I don't see a quick way he can unpin. Well, no, queen a7 he unpins. That's still a game, so that might be the best chance for black, but okay, he's coming in with that knight. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Well, yeah, I can't really do anything but take. And he's got to take with his knight. So now he can't castle either way. I've got bishop. Oh, I got bishop c5. Threaten. I got to move the queen first. And bishop c5 is coming. Either that or I move this bishop. So rook c8 might prevent bishop c5. But then I've got bishop c2, which should win me the queen. Okay. Maybe rook c7 now. Man, this just looks crushing. I got knight f6 check as well. Knight f6 check. He takes. My bishops look pretty awesome. There's also knight c5. Oh, hold on, he hasn't prevented bishop c5. But he does have knight back here. Bishop takes. Okay, I end up a piece, so I'm going to go for bishop c5. And if knight f5, I just take my queen, take his queen, he takes my queen, and then I take my knight with his bishop, and I'm up a piece. He can grab another pawn in the center, so it's not completely over. Maybe. Well, I also don't have to go for that whole line. I could just move my queen again. No, hold on. I've got knight f6. And then bishop takes knight. That might be better. Or no. Knight d6 check. Kind of keeps the initiative on his queen, but nah, that's not the best line. Knight f5 seems like the critical line here. Probably just taking his queen would be the best idea. Unless I really want to get fancy here. Knight f6 check, bishop takes, and then bishop takes knight. He's got to move his queen. Now let's just win the piece. And actually, I can get a little cute here and go for this check. Yeah, I like this, because then I'm hitting his bishop. And he can't go bishop takes e5 to take my pawn and remove the threat. So this check is a little bit of an intermediate move. Also, he can't castle. King e7, and he's okay. But now he needs to deal with this bishop. That gives me time to prop up my e-pawn with, say, f4. And I got a crushing position with a knight on d6. Well supported by the pawn. So let's... Yeah, let's do it. He can take my a-pawn, but that seems less important than this central pawn, which shuts down his bishop. Okay, now I get my bishop in here. Yeah, I'll get this pawn back, I think. Rook d3 would really shut down his bishop. And then I have rook a1 after that. Because if rook a1 right now, bishop b3. And then maybe bishop back to a5. So let's go rook d3, or a4. Rook d3. These rooks. These rooks, I tell ya. Not happy. If he ever tries g5, I think I'll just play d3. Okay, he tries that. I don't think that's going to help him. I'll just... well, heck, I can start hitting his pawns right away. So let's go for this. I haven't got knight c8 check ideas here. I don't think that's good, though. But bishop c5. And his king doesn't really have any places to go, does he? Alright, let's just keep the status quo. We'll just recapture with our g-pawn, whatever he decides to capture. And that knight is super solid now. Okay, he wants to get a bishop there. I mean, I could just start grabbing pawns on the queen side. Bishop c5 seems like more fun, though. Yeah, I've got time for bishop c5 in a second, maybe. We'll see. You could go rook b8. Okay. Let's play bishop c5. Got the 5-second increment here. The only place to get out of the discovery is king e8, which can't be good, right? Because then I just drop back and I've got a rook c8 threatening. Okay. Is there some awesome checkmate here? Let's just move our king. there's no need to get cute with this. Okay, let's go for the checks here. I don't want bishop. That bishop seems kind of lame. My knight is too much of a force to be reckoned with on d6. Whew. Oh, we'll just keep grabbing stuff. Let's put the knight on g5. Just shuts down all sorts of counterplay. Okay. King f5 can't be good. He's going to get mated. He has to be getting mated. Bishop here, and then takes, and then bishop check is just a mate. So, yep, here we go. Oh no, he's got that. He's got the pawn here. But I've got a fork at the end of that. Let's just take the material. Okay. Still winning handily here. Extra rook. Can get out either via g6 or 8 or f7. And black won't have any checks. Let's get out of that square. Okay. Unpin. Got the rook guarding it. It's not going quite as smoothly as I'd hoped, but smooth enough. Okay, up a whole rook here. Not many tricks left. Oh, he wants to pin me. Even if he does, it's not a problem. We'll have a fork on g5 after this. He's got to save the bishop. I mean, I might as well just take the bishop, but it's time to take the bishop now. And we're running. He wants to catch me. But I'm going to check with, I'm going to promote with check. You can keep coming. I am not afraid. All right, Swahab. Good game. He fought to the end. He's awfully feisty. Maybe he's going to clock me out now. Thank you for the game. Let's look at it. Pull up the old analysis board. So the tried and true Morra Gambit. The computer likes bishop f6 here, but just getting castled. Yeah, let's see. There's g6 is not on this list. No game found. Let's see what the computer thinks of it. Yeah. Gives away any kind of advantage black might. I don't think black has an advantage here. Gives an advantage to white. Yeah, bishop f4. Okay. Moved a piece twice in the opening. Maybe I should have waited for him to try knight f6 first. Not the right idea. Oh, but he made him cringe a little bit, made him flinch. Knight d5 here. Ooh. I always hate when I miss that kind of thing. So threatens fork on c7. His best move is to take with a knight. He takes with the pawn. What goes wrong here? Just rook e1. Yeah. Okay, I went for queen e2 instead. Kind of a mundane move. That's a bit of a lazy move, to be honest. Maybe rook e1 would have been a better idea. I'm sure rook e1 is as good as the sacrifice here. Not as forcing. Okay, but plenty of inaccuracies in the opening. Especially this b6, then b5 idea. Maybe he had a mouse slip. Yeah, bishop d5 was good. Let's look at it. Critical line here. Takes. I was thinking knight a5. Yeah, just rook e1. And he can try to defend with the bishop. But knight e4 hits that bishop. Ouch. And if he goes back to f8, that's just sad. Just plain sad. Bishop e5. Rook h7 maybe? Nope. That's terrible. Okay, that was a good line. I should have been feistier. But I slow rolled it. I mean, this is still a really good position. Yep, e5 was the idea here. Because his threat is knight d4. And I can take, and it's an even trade, but then he gets my best piece. And I got to move my knight again, probably just back to f3. And yeah, his extra pawn becomes a lot more worthwhile there. Yeah, rook to c1. It takes d4, and it says queen takes d4 is better. Because queen e3, yeah, just... Queen a7 was the only try. So what if... I was looking at something here. Rook here. Oh, but I guess you just got rook takes c, and then the bishop is misplaced. And I still got knight. I still got bishop. Bishop here. Same as in the game, but we just traded some rooks. So that's what happened. c5, knight f5. Yeah, oh, knight d6 check was better. And if he takes, I just take his queen, right? So why would he do that? He would probably move up here. Oh, but the problem is now I'm hitting him with check. So maybe f8. Oh, but he can't do that. And over here there's forks. Oh, all right. I definitely would play this feistier, folks. I saw a winning line and I took it. Hey, but it was winning, and I did find this at least. Yeah, rook c7. Rook c7, threatening bishop c6. But I was just winning here anyway. King f2 just because I can. Now I just the old windmill thing here. Give the pawns back. Now there must be a way I can mate, right? Oh, bishop d3 is mate in 11. What about this? He's got to go back to g6. Well, let's look at the mate though. Bishop d3, king takes. Now rook f3 check. What? What about my move? That does not lead to mate. Rook f3 check. Gives up e5 as well. But then knight f7. Okay. So, but he can obviously just take the rook. Knight takes f3. And he's just trapped. He can go here, but then the rook check is coming there too. Is that how it works? It's looking at rook g2, but let's just look at some other move like rook c8 maybe. Oh, rook c4. Rook c4 is going to mate, so throw the rook away. d5, so rook c4 is not a mate. Now king back to f2. Rook g8, he's going to throw another rook away. But not now. King g4, rook g1, king h3, bishop g5. And we're going to go rook mate here. But he takes with rook. Now we have h takes g5, and we got that rook mate coming. Or bishop f1. He can play here. So the rook mate isn't there, but the bishop f1 mate is. Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't lose on time trying to find that, put it that way. Yeah, knight takes h6 was better. Wins a whole piece. But you know what? Game-winning mistakes are my favorite kind of mistakes. And yeah, there we go. Made it a little bit of a thriller there at the end, huh? A little bit. Okay. Thanks for watching, folks. Stay feisty.